time. I didn't know you could do that. It used to be that Zoom would lock up the camera so no other apps could use it. But yeah, so now I'm on Zoom and on StreamYard at the same time. Somebody's got music going. Are you getting a massage? All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute to keep the background noise down. Oh, we got somebody from Peru. I love it. Have not been there yet. One of the few countries I haven't been. Well, I shouldn't say one of the few. We've been to 56 countries so far. Peru sounds awesome. I've heard amazing things about it. Detroit, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio. Love it. Been to Detroit. Actually love Detroit. It's funny. I heard so many kind of like slightly negative things about Detroit over the years. And then we went last year and it was amazing. It's a great city. Love Detroit. Cleveland, Ohio. I love it. Chris left. What the heck, Chris? Somebody left before we even started. Riverside County, California. Been there many times. All right. If you are on Facebook or LinkedIn or X or YouTube, we are just about to get started. I am doing my training today called How to Succeed as an Introvert Coach, Hypnotherapist, or NLP Practitioner. And it's going to be phenomenal. Here we go. If you're interested in joining, jump on that link, www.transformdestiny.com/Zoom. And that will bring you into, whoops. Let me push this into the save. There we go. www.transformdestiny.com/Zoom. And I'm going to be teaching, guess what I'm going to teach? How to succeed as an introvert. As a coach, hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, energy worker, whatever it is that you do. If you're helping people, I know we get a lot of people who get their certification and then they're basically like, well, I'm afraid to put myself out there. I don't like to be public. I like to keep myself private and things like that. So this is what I'm going to share on the training. I'm going to share why being an introvert is not a disadvantage, as a lot of people think it is. Especially extroverts seem to think we're disadvantaged. And yes, I am an introvert. I'm not just an introvert. I'm a high introvert. I score about as high as you can on the introvert scale. Number 7, I'm going to share how to create an instant bond with people, something that introverts tend to struggle with a little bit. Like if you're at a networking event or a seminar or somewhere, how do you connect with somebody and quickly? Number 6, I'm going to talk about how to always, always, always know what to say so that you never have another moment of awkward silence. This is one of the best conversational tools that I ever learned in my entire life. And by the way, if you're on the Zoom with me, type in the chat box where you're coming from, where you're zooming in from. Fort Worth, Texas. I love it. Live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, on the beach on vacation. I love it. Beautiful. California here, Central California, Riverside County, Fort Worth, Texas. We got people coming in from all over the world. Raluca's in Peru. So I'm going to talk about how to always know what to say so that you never have another moment of awkward silence. I learned this about 21 or 22 years ago, and I've never had an awkward conversation since then. Like never that moment of like, oh, what do I say? Really, really powerful. Number 5, I'm going to talk about how being an introvert actually benefits you and your clients. Most people don't know this. Most people don't think about it this way, but being an introvert is actually an advantage. If you're a hypnotherapist, a coach, an NLP practitioner, energy worker, health practitioner, anything like that, being an introvert actually has massive advantages. And I know a lot of times we go, well, those extroverts, they're really good at, talking to people and this and that, but we have advantages too. Being an introvert is not being broken. And I'm going to demonstrate that on this training. Number 4, I'm going to talk about how to preserve your energy as a healer. One of the most important things for us as introverts is to keep our tank full. And I actually have a step-by-step process for keeping your energy tank full, because energy is what most people don't know this. Everybody thinks that introvert and extrovert has to do with, oh, that person is confident or that person's shy. That is not what introvert extrovert's about. That's a complete misunderstanding of introvert extrovert. I know many very confident introverts. I know many unconfident extroverts. I know many shy extroverts, and I know many gregarious introverts. It has nothing to do with whether a person is shy or outgoing or anything else like that. It all has to do with energy. And we introverts are particularly vulnerable to energy drain. And when our energy is drained, that's when we tend not to want to be around other people. So I'm going to give a step-by-step process for how to preserve your energy. Number 3, I'm going to teach you how to promote yourself talk about how you can promote yourself without being fake or phony while protecting your privacy, right? You don't have to be one of those people that's posting your entire daily life out to the world. I know that a lot of times we see the extroverted coaches and practitioners and people like that. We see them out there, posting everything in their life, sometimes even the drama. But while that will get a lot of followers, it's not necessarily great marketing. I know a lot of people who do that as a marketing strategy and they're broke. It's not necessarily good marketing. Followers do not equal dollars necessarily. I'll even show you some of my marketing that I do and how I do that, and I can promote myself without being fake or phony. Number 2, I'm going to talk about how introverts tend to be better salespeople than extroverts. I think this is true, and I know a lot of people may disagree with me. A lot of people go, no, extroverts are really good at connecting with others. They're good at conversation. Those are 2 strengths that extroverts have. I think that sales is not just about connecting with other people and having conversations, though. And there are some things that I think are real particular strengths that introverts have that actually make them better salespeople, as long as you're not pretending to be an extrovert. See, if you do sales like an extrovert does, then it's going to feel inauthentic and it's going to feel weird and probably won't get great results. So you have to own your introversion and be proud of it. And then finally, number 1, most important thing for some people, number 1, I'm going to share on the training. So you have to be on the training if you want to know what number 1 is. So if you are in social media land on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or X or YouTube, I said Twitter or X. If you're on X or YouTube, then come and hang out with us. Just go to transformdestiny.com/Zoom. I can't see the person, but somebody says they're at the ethical event in LAX. We're actually running a live event right now in Los Angeles called the Irresistible Elevator Pitch Offer. Irresistible Elevator Pitch Formula. And so if you are there, then come tomorrow or come Monday. Doing it tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and Monday at 1 p.m., both Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, tomorrow would be 12 p.m. and Monday would be 4 p.m. No recorded replays, period. I am sick of that junk. Type in the chat box where you're coming from. We got about 30 people, 30 early birds online so far. We have 198 registered last time I looked. Probably over 200 by this point. Put me back. We got a lot of people. It's going to be a great, great fun. Let me see how many people we have here. Let's see. Michelle from Tucson, Arizona. Love it. Carol's from Vancouver, Washington. Really close to the border. Priscilla from Costa Mesa. I used to live in Costa Mesa many, many moons ago. I lived in Costa Mesa 29 years ago. Actually, technically, it was Santa Ana. I literally, like the apartments that I lived in, the next apartments over were Costa Mesa. Everybody called the area Costa Mesa, but my zip code was technically Santa Ana. Presently in Novi Sad, Belgrade. Oh, love it. Elizabeth from Ohio. Hi, Elizabeth. She's our book editor. She edited our book, Becoming Positively Awesome. And she's editing our new book, which is called All the Answers Are Within, which is going to be out on October 22nd. Yay. Sheila from St. Louis. Woo woo. Just went back to St. Louis for the first time in a few years. Loved it there. Paul in San Juan. Love it. Yeah. If you are in social media land and you're like, what the heck is he doing live right now? Like he's just rambling. Come on over and visit us. You can go to transformdestiny.com/Zoom and jump on the Zoom. And I am doing my training, which is called How to Succeed as an Introvert Coach, Hypnotherapist, or NLP practitioner, also energy worker, health practitioner, any kind of a practitioner, any kind of a healer. If you are an introvert and you feel like you struggle with getting yourself out there and the marketing and anything else, this is what I'm going to share on the training. It's going to be really, really powerful. I'm excited. I sent the slides to Paula last night and she's like, these are so good. Yay. All right. We are 4 minutes away from going live. Hello from New Zealand. Oh, I like that name. Is it Danielle? Is it pronounced like Danielle, but with a T? I love it. New Zealand was one of my favorite trips. We did the RV all the way around the South Island. I had one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life in New Zealand at a little tiny place. It was like a house converted into a restaurant. And when the guy brought it out and put it down on the table, he said that cow was in that pasture He pointed right out back. So good. Oh, man. All right. Let me get my slides going here. Get everything set up. We're about to get started in 3.5 minutes. Lena, thank you, Michael. I help introverts, so this is perfect timing. Yay. Awesome. I love it. Yeah, if you're on social media, oops, add to stage. There we go. Come and hang out with us. We're going to get started in 3 minutes. Again, the training is called How to Succeed as an Introvert Coach, Hypnotherapist, or NLP Practitioner. It also includes energy workers and health practitioners and anybody else that has a practice. It's going to be great. I'm cutting the video here on social media, so you will not be able to watch it on social media. You got to go over to the website, www.transformdestiny.com/Zoom. There it is. Paste that in again. Whoops. And for those of you in the Zoom with me right now, let me know where you're coming from. Are you pumped? Are you excited about this? It's going to be fun. This is something that really hits home for me because I'm a high introvert. So people look at me and they're like, you can't be an introvert. You're like a speaker. You speak on stages. You know, most people wouldn't realize this, but most public speakers, at least in my experience, I don't have scientific evidence of this, but most public speakers that I know are actually introverts. Surprises a lot of people because people think you have to be an extrovert to get up on stage in front of others, but you don't. Sean is from Boston. Love it. Sean's actually been through our speaker training. He knows that. All right. 2 minutes away. Who else do we have that hasn't answered yet? Where are you coming from? Michelle, I saw you a couple weeks ago. I hadn't seen you in so long. It was good to see you. She was one of the ones that braved the hurricane in Los Angeles. The deadly hurricane that had 2 beautiful days of sun and 1 day of sprinkling. Somebody got mad at me the other day because they're like thought I was minimizing it. And they're like, somebody, you know, they flooded in Palm Springs, and it was like, okay, I'm not minimizing what happened in other places, and just thought it was silly that the news kept saying there was a hurricane in LA when there really wasn't one. All right, we are 30 seconds away. We're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you in social media land, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, goodbye. Hope to see you soon. Jump on the Zoom with us, www.transformdestiny.com/Zoom. See you later.